Hey, welcome to Auto Heck Fishing. Just wanted to say up front, this is a fairly short video. I arrived at the tournament location the evening before and did not have time to op check my videos or anything like that, but you know, we did get some footage. The videos were set on high speed record and the audio was off, so I really tried to condense it down to fish catches that you could see and added some good dialogue in there, so hopefully you enjoy it. You know, the next tournament's High Rock, and I'm hoping to have a better video for High Rock, but I appreciate you watching this one. There is a good whiff 'em at the end. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the end of the video out here.
Yeah. I feel like I'm okay. Trying to get it cleared out.
Where's Griff at?
Right here.
Back here? Alright.
Take it right at the deer head.
Alright.
Right here.
Man, that's some nice deer.
Damn right it is.
Oh, wow. That's a nice deer, man.
One I run over on the way down.
Is that it? Yeah?
Yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Wow.
You
That's
know,
beautiful
that
deer.
shot early. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, still velvet on it. It's a beautiful deer, man. All of them are nice deer.
Oh yeah. Say when.
When?
Look at this, man. I come in here Friday.
Yeah.
No, Thursday. And look at this joker, what he got in here.
I need that last night. I don't sleep with me. I encourage all y'all. That's some good shit right there. Making another play.
Hey Griff, it only hurts when you tense up.
I really like the muzzle. Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
Hey, so this is Robert Ford. He was my co-angler, and I got to tell you, he was a great co-angler. We had a good time fishing, and he was actually a really good fisherman, and I enjoyed fishing with him. You know, I made a quick stop here. As you can see, I've got a striper on the line, and it actually ended up being quite a few stripers. I caught one that was pretty good, and I ended up catching what, you know, I thought was a really big bass, but it was a big striper. My co-angler started catching them. You know, he put one in the boat pretty early. You can see here that I caught my first bass around 8 o'clock that morning. It wasn't a bad fish. It was a little over 2 pounds, and he did a great job checking me out and helping me. And it wasn't too much later, my co-angler caught his second bass, you know, and again, pretty good fish. And I thought, well, we're not catching a lot of fish, but we're catching keepers, you know, good solid, some of them 16 and a half inch fish. And from what I could tell, that was okay. My co-angler caught another one about 8:45. He got his third fish in the boat. And I finally hooked up with my second fish, a really good one, probably close to 2.5 pounds, about 9 o'clock. And then I ended up catching a third fish off this bush, and it was a really nice fish on a spinnerbait. And I thought, well, I've got 3 pretty good ones in the boat, and I was on my way, feeling really optimistic. You can see that's a good, solid fish, especially for Kerr this time of year. And then I ended up catching some non-keepers. You know, here's one right here that I caught, and I was throwing, you know, spinnerbaits. And my co-angler ended up catching his fourth fish about 11 o'clock. You know, he was really happy and doing good. I was happy for him. He was fishing behind me using, you know, the same baits. And it's just one of those things with co-anglers. And Robert could actually fish really good. And he ended up putting a top water on it. He caught his 5th fish. And I was like, wow, he's on his way. And probably around 1:30, about 30 minutes before I was supposed to be in, you could see I caught my 4th fish here. It was just one of those deals where I didn't know where to go to catch a fifth fish, but I had 4 solid ones in the boat, and it turned out to be an okay day considering I didn't have much time to really figure anything out. I didn't have any time. So, got the whiffing coming up. I hope you enjoyed it, and out here for now. Hey, so welcome to the Whiff'em. I appreciate you watching this video. You know, just didn't have a lot of time to check my videography equipment, and tried to make the best of this video, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it. What I want to talk to you about in the Whiff'em is practice. Okay, what does practice ultimately do for you? You know, there's a lot of discussion out there. I hear guys all the time, man, I should have just come up here and fished. I'd have probably done better in the tournament. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. For me, I want to specifically talk about this tournament. So I arrived the night before, didn't have anything to go on. A couple of guys told me, hey, they're biting this, they're biting that, they're biting shallow, but we don't really share specific spots, right? It just doesn't happen. Maybe a few times it has, but most of the time I would say no, right? And specifically for me, I think no practice helped in that I was fishing areas that probably didn't have as many fish, but maybe a little bit better fish, right? A little bit bigger fish. Because I think a lot of times when you practice, you end up fishing areas that hold a lot of fish because you're getting a lot of bites, and occasionally you'll catch a good one. And for this particular tournament, there were so many tournaments that had happened on this lake in the last 10 days. You know, there was like a Bass Open, there was another BFL, I think there's a couple Bass Nation tournaments, a bunch of local club tournaments. They were spread out across the lake, and guys were fishing areas where they could get a lot of bites, and the keepers or the better fish in those areas, I feel like a lot of them had been caught. Now, I'm specifically speaking for the guys that I fish with and fish around. That's what I think happened, you know. So I went to areas that didn't have a lot of fish, but I ended up catching a little bit better fish, right? Like a 2-pound average, but I couldn't catch a limit. Did not have a place I could go where, hey, I can catch a 14-inch squeaker. I mean, the guys that I was up there practicing, that practice, they caught multiple limits during the day. They had places they could run where there was a lot of fish, but they were either all right under the limit, right over, and they ended up with just really small bags, but they had 5 fish. For me, practice would have, I'm not sure if it would have helped or hurt me, right? Because I'd have probably gone up there and found a lot of similar places that they did. I'd have got a lot of bites, and I'd have ran to those fish, and maybe I'd have had a 6-pound limit for 5. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. And be aware of that when you're practicing. You know, getting sucked into these areas where you're getting a lot of bites, but they're just not good bites. It's not always the case, but that's what I think happened for this tournament. And if I could have caught one more fish, even a 14-inch fish, it'd have moved me up probably, I don't know, 15, 20 places, and I'd actually done really good in the tournament. I still didn't do bad with 4 because I had a 2-pound average, and I kind of held my own points-wise. But I would have really liked to have had a place I could go on and catch a 14-inch fish, but just was not the case. I ended up weighing 4. My co-owner caught 5 behind me, so I knew I was in areas that had fish, and it was just one of those things. A lot of times guys ask, man, how's the co-owner catching fish behind you? You know, I feel like as fishermen, if we always knew that, that wouldn't be the case. But sometimes you just can't tell, right? I mean, you'll go past a place, throwing the same bait, pretty much the same color, and you won't catch one, your co-owner will catch one behind you, right? That's just the way it is, and vice versa. And you know, it's easy at times when co-anglers are doing something different and they're using like a completely different bait and they've kind of figured something out. That's helped me at times. But for tournaments like this, I mean, co-anglers pretty much doing the same thing, using the same type of baits, and it just ends up kind of being random, and they get the bites and you don't. But hey, that's fishing. It was actually a pretty good day. We caught fish off and on all day. I would have liked to get a 5th keeper, but for going up there, arriving at like 8:30 the night before and going out there and hoping for the best, it actually paid off. The next tournament is High Rock. Not sure how much time I'll have to practice for High Rock either, frankly. You know, I kind of started a new job when I retired, and I'm not independently wealthy. Yeah, I've got a retirement out of the military, but I still have to work, and you know how that goes. You start a new job, you don't have a lot of time off. So hopefully I can get some time off for High Rock, and then get up there and practice. If I have to make a decision about time off, I'm going to prioritize the James River. I love fishing up there, and I'll definitely take a few days off to practice for the James River. But thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. Again, I don't get paid anything for these videos, but it's kind of nice knowing guys are watching and pay attention. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I do all this on my own. And, you know, reach out, make some comments. You know, I try to get back to everybody that makes comments. And I hope to see you on the water. And good luck to everybody. And I'll see you at High Rock Lake out here.